Germany's most brilliant scientists raced to create an arsenal of terrifying new weapons of mass destruction.
Wir stehen fest zusammen für unser Deutschland!
From crafting blow-up dolls to satisfy soldiers' primal needs to juicing them up with methamphetamines for that super soldier edge, the Nazi regime was a wellspring of bizarre and audacious inventions. Their creativity, though chilling, reveals a relentless pursuit of military innovation that reshaped warfare in surprising ways.
In this new era, it was the Germans who realized that the liquid fuel rocket could be put to military use, that it could be given impressive range and great destructive power.
Join us as we dive into the 20 things that Nazis invented and you didn't know about. Let's get started. Number 20. The Electroboot, the submersible revolution. As the tide of war turned against Germany, the desperate Nazi regime sought to create powerful new weapons. One of them was the Electroboot, a groundbreaking submarine that transformed naval warfare. Unlike earlier submarines, which primarily operated on the surface, the Electroboot was designed to stay submerged for days. This capability allowed for stealthier operations. It could travel at 17 knots underwater. Additionally, it could recharge its batteries without surfacing, making it difficult for enemies to detect its presence. Although the Electroboot arrived too late to impact the war's outcome, its innovative design influenced submarines worldwide and shaped modern naval forces. However, back then, the Nazis weren't just upgrading their artillery, they were pumping soldiers with stimulants as well. Number 19. Pervitin, the soldier stimulant. While Hitler's army ravaged Europe, the Third Reich grew desperate to maintain its forces. One extreme measure was distributing hard drugs to frontline soldiers. Pervitin, an early form of methamphetamine, was handed out liberally. The soldiers eagerly consumed the pills for energy and focus, allowing them to fight without sleep. It was so readily available that it was sold over the counter. Pervitin made soldiers feel invincible, pushing them to fight harder. However, the dangers of the drug were not fully understood at the time. While it provided quick energy, it led to immediate problems like sleeplessness and fatigue. In the aftermath of the war, studies revealed the long-term consequences. Addiction, serious mental health issues, and physical decline became lasting scars of a battle that continued long after the fighting ended. While those results were horrifying, some of the Nazis' inventions back then truly changed the world of aviation. Number 18. The Horten Ho 229, the pioneering stealth aircraft. In 1943, as World War II evolved, Hermann Göring, head of the Luftwaffe, tasked German manufacturers with creating a light bomber, one that was capable of carrying over 2,200 pounds of bombs, flying 620 miles, and reaching speeds of 620 miles per hour. Only jet engines could meet these stringent requirements despite their high fuel consumption. The innovative brothers Walter and Reimar Horten rose to the challenge and designed the Horten Ho 229, a groundbreaking turbojet stealth aircraft. Its unique flying wing design enabled smooth air travel and radar evasion, making it ideal for covert operations. The Horten Ho 229 showcased the potential of stealth in aerial warfare. Unfortunately, the project faced significant obstacles, culminating in the destruction of the last working prototype in a crash on February 18, 1945. Although the Horten Ho 229 never saw mass production, its design concepts influenced future aircraft, shaping the development of modern stealth fighters and bombers. Speaking of shaping, you'd be surprised to know that Germany was the first to figure out how to mend broken bones quickly. Number 17. The intramedullary rod, revolutionizing bone fracture treatment. Beyond the brutal battles and heavy propaganda, the Nazi regime made a significant impact on medical science, particularly through the work of German scientist Gerhard Kunscher. In 1939, he introduced the intramedullary rod, a revolutionary solution for treating broken bones. Traditional methods like traction and plaster casts were too slow, and with soldiers suffering serious leg fractures during World War II, quicker recovery was essential. Kuntzsch's method involved inserting a titanium or stainless steel rod into the hollow center of a broken bone, secured with screws at the hip or knee. This innovative approach allowed bones to heal much faster, enabling soldiers to return to duty in weeks instead of months. The intramedullary rod's success on the battlefield led to its wider adoption in orthopedic surgery. It transformed fracture treatment and recovery times. While Nazi scientists advanced medicine, the regime also used emerging technology to control the narrative at home. Number 16. Einheitsfernsehempfänger, the Nazi television. In August 1939, as war loomed in Europe, the Einheitsfernsehempfänger E1, also called Volksfernseher, the People's TV, was introduced. This groundbreaking invention revolutionized information dissemination and elevated Nazi propaganda. While television technology existed earlier, the Nazis sought to harness it for their war efforts. Research began in 1938 with the Reichspost collaborating with companies like Bosch, Blaupunkt, and Lorenz. They wanted to produce 10,000 units for homes, offices, and military bases during World War II. Families gathered around their small screens to watch broadcasts designed to shape public opinion and bolster support for the regime. The Nazis recognized the media's power and aimed to control the narrative to maintain their grip on power. The Einheitsfernsehempfänger exemplifies how media can be manipulated for control, serving as a stark reminder of the ethical implications and dangers of state-controlled information. Today, its story underscores the importance of critical thinking and awareness of media manipulation. As the Nazis harnessed television for propaganda, they also relied on advanced technology to safeguard their military secrets. Number 15. The Enigma machine, the cipher of war. The Enigma machine was a revolutionary invention that transformed secure communication during a tumultuous period in history. It was developed by German engineer Arthur Scherbius after World War I. The machine was designed to send top-secret messages and became vital for the German military in World War II. The machine's ability to turn messages into incomprehensible gibberish was its genius. As the war intensified, Hitler and his scientists made the Enigma even more complex. They created a formidable tool for secure communication among soldiers and leaders. However, the Allies were determined to crack the code, leading to an intense battle of wits. Allied cryptographers and mathematicians, including the brilliant Alan Turing, dedicated countless hours to breaking the code. Their efforts were pivotal in changing the war's course. You see, deciphering the Enigma provided crucial insights into German plans and movements, significantly contributing to Allied victory. The breakthroughs in deciphering the Enigma not only aided in winning the war, but also laid the groundwork for future advancements in computer science and cybersecurity. Now, while the Allies cracked Enigma, the Nazis advanced aviation with one of the world's first fighter jets. Number 14. World's first fighter jet. The Messerschmitt Me-262 Schwalbe was the world's first mass-produced fighter jet. It marked a significant advancement in aviation history through innovative engineering driven by wartime needs. The project began with Adolf Hitler's vision for a wonder weapon to secure victory against the Allies. Designers started sketching plans as early as April 1939, before World War II escalated. The Me-262 first flew with a piston engine on April 18, 1941. But the real breakthrough came on July 18, 1942, when it flew for the first time with a jet engine. Its sleek design and advancements in jet engines and aerodynamics set the stage for future fighter jets, transforming air combat. Today, the Me-262 remains a pivotal part of aviation history, illustrating how technological progress can emerge from desperate times. It continues to inspire future generations of engineers and pilots. However, if the Messerschmitt Me-262 advanced aviation, this next invention allowed the Nazis to control public sentiment through communication. Number 13. Volksempfänger, the People's Receiver. Alongside the launch of the People's TV, the Nazi regime introduced another clever invention, the Volksempfänger or the People's Receiver. Designed by Otto Griesing and promoted by Joseph Goebbels, these affordable radios ensured that every German household could access Nazi broadcasts. The first Volksempfänger was released on August 18, 1933, priced at 76 Reichsmarks. That was roughly 2 weeks' pay for an average worker. Despite the cost, the regime was committed to making these radios accessible. It fundamentally changed how information circulated throughout the country. Families gathered around their radios, absorbing speeches and broadcasts that shaped their worldviews. The Volksempfänger was crucial for the Nazis' control over information. It enabled a singular narrative that silenced dissenting voices and fueled nationalism. Its direct reach fostered a sense of community among listeners, while each broadcast reinforced the regime's ideologies, transforming ordinary citizens into supporters of the Nazi message. The widespread availability of these radios created an echo chamber, stifling diverse viewpoints. This strategic use of radio technology underscores the power of media in shaping public opinion and serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of a free and independent press in a healthy democracy. The Nazis' focus on media manipulation didn't stop with radio. It extended to innovative filmmaking techniques that reflected their desire for propaganda. Number 12. 3D filming. While in power, Hitler recognized the power of storytelling and heavily invested in propaganda to influence the German population. This led to significant advancements in 3D filming technology. Remarkably, Germany developed advanced 3D techniques years before Hollywood did, with engineers creating immersive experiences for Nazi propaganda films as early as 1936. According to filmmaker Philippe Mora, two notable 3D Nazi films were made 16 years before Hollywood adopted the technology in 1953. These early films utilized innovative techniques to create realistic, depth-filled imagery, transforming flat screens into lifelike experiences. Although today's 3D technology is far more sophisticated, these initial experiments laid the groundwork for modern advancements. They highlight how technology can be harnessed for both positive and negative ends. Hitler's investment in propaganda not only advanced 3D filming technology but also inspired grand military projects. Number 11. Landkreuzer P-1000 Rata. During World War II, the Germans attempted to develop a colossal tank called the Landkreuzer P-1000 Rata, meaning rat in German. Designed by Edward Grotte of the Krupp Company in June 1942, this ambitious project aimed for a weight of around 1,000 tons. This made it 5 times heavier than the Panzer VIII Maus, the heaviest tank of the time. Hitler saw the Rata as a potent symbol of Nazi engineering, envisioning it as a terrifying force on the battlefield. However, by early 1943, Albert Speer, the Minister of Armaments, cancelled the project due to its impracticality amidst the worsening war situation. This decision signified a strategic shift from grandiose ideas to more realistic weapons. On top of that, it also reflected the scarcity of resources and the looming threat of defeat. Although the Rata was never constructed, it stands as a testament to the lengths the Nazis were willing to go in their pursuit of military dominance. While the Rata symbolized military ambition, this next invention marked a revolutionary step in computing. Number 10. Z4 computer. In the early 1940s, engineer and computer scientist Konrad Zuse was ready to change computing. With money from the German Air Ministry, he started building the Z4 in 1943 during World War II. This was the world's first commercial digital computer. Zuse wanted to create a machine that could solve tough engineering and math problems. His team used electromagnetic relays to make a new device that could do calculations quickly, changing the work of engineers and scientists. After the war, the Z4 was moved to Switzerland and became part of the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology, Zurich. There, it helped with academic research and played a role in starting the digital age. Its impact is significant, introducing ideas and technologies like programmable computing that we still use today. The Z4 was more than just a machine. It helped lay the foundation for modern computing, showing how human creativity can shine even in hard times. Just as Zuse's important inventions changed the future of computing, the Nazi regime looked for unusual ways to solve unexpected problems. Number 9. The Borghild Project. During World War II, the Nazi regime encountered a surprising issue. Soldiers were contracting STDs, particularly syphilis, from sex workers. This alarmed Hitler, who wanted to maintain the health of his troops. In response, the Borghild Project was initiated in 1940, inspired by SS Chief Heinrich Himmler's concerns about the outbreak. The project aimed to create a hygienic solution for soldiers, lifelike blow-up dolls. Designed to fit easily into a soldier's backpack, these dolls provided a safe way for troops to satisfy their needs without risking disease. Engineers worked secretly to make the dolls as realistic as possible, hoping to offer soldiers a substitute for human companionship. However, many soldiers found the idea embarrassing. Carrying a doll into battle felt shameful, and they worried about being mocked if captured with one. The Borghild project remains shrouded in mystery, with some historians believing it actually took place while others consider it a myth. The lack of solid evidence and the project's secretive nature make it intriguing. Regardless, it illustrates the unusual lengths to which the Nazi regime went to address internal problems, blending practicality with bizarre solutions that continue to captivate people's imaginations. While the Borghild project represents an unusual and controversial solution to a pressing issue, another invention from the same era had a more practical and lasting impact. Number 8. Jerry cans. The jerry can, originally called the Wehrmacht Einheitskanister, revolutionized fuel transportation and remains a staple today. Created in 1937 by the Müller engineering firm in Germany, it was designed to simplify fuel transport for the German army. Allied forces nicknamed it Jerry, and its effectiveness led the United States and other nations to adopt their own versions. After the war, the jerry can continue to be widely used for civilian and industrial purposes due to its practical design. This clever invention has had a lasting impact, proving to be one of the most useful tools from its era. Even though the jerry can revolutionized fuel transport, the invention of one rocket significantly advanced military technology and paved the way for future space exploration. Number 7. The V-2 rocket. One of the most fascinating inventions during World War II was the V-2 rocket, a powerful missile designed by German engineer Wernher von Braun to give Nazi Germany an aerial advantage. Development began in 1936, and excitement peaked on October 3, 1942, with its first successful launch, marking the world's first long-range guided ballistic missile. The V-2's impact was starkly felt on September 6, 1944, when it was fired at Paris, followed by mass launches at Britain, resulting in over 5,000 deaths from more than 1,100 missiles. Each V-2 was about 47 feet long, weighed between 28,000 and 29,000 pounds, and could carry 1,600 pounds of explosives, showcasing a significant leap in military technology. After the war, the United States and the Soviet Union captured German scientists, including von Braun, to leverage their expertise for missile and space programs. Ironically, the V-2's technology, originally intended for warfare, later became pivotal in space exploration, ultimately aiding in sending humans to the moon. This transition illustrates how a weapon can inadvertently lead to one of humanity's greatest achievements. As the V-2 rocket advanced military technology, a darker chapter emerged with the Nazis' development of deadly nerve agents. Number 6. Nerve agents. In the chaotic days of World War II, a dark part of history unfolded with the creation of some of the deadliest weapons ever made, nerve agents. These terrible chemicals were developed by Nazi scientists for use in chemical warfare. It all began in the early 1930s when German researchers tried to create a strong insecticide to fight pests. But as the war approached, they shifted their focus to scarier uses. They discovered that even tiny amounts of these chemicals could harm the human body, leading to the creation of these dangerous weapons. Interestingly, the Nazis never actually used these nerve agents in battle. Historians have different ideas about why. Some think they were afraid the Allies would retaliate with their own chemical weapons, while others believe the nerve agents weren't ready for use when they were needed. Whatever the reason, these deadly chemicals became symbols of the horrors of chemical warfare. Afterward, other countries created even more powerful chemical weapons, pushing the limits of destruction. Even with international bans against them, the threat of nerve agents lingers, reminding us of the dark side of chemical warfare and how far people can go in the pursuit of power. Now, while nerve agents showcase the horrors of chemical warfare, this next invention presents a contrasting story of medical innovation from the same era. Number 5. Chloroquine. Chloroquine, a key medicine in the fight against malaria, has an unexpected history that goes back to Nazi Germany. It was first created in 1934 and was originally called Rhysocin. The story began after World War I, when the German government wanted to find a new treatment for malaria that was better than quinine, the standard medicine at that time. In the biolabs, a team of researchers, led by Hans Andersag, worked hard to develop a new drug. They succeeded with Risocin, but it turned out to be too toxic for people, so it was mostly ignored for years. But then things changed. As medical research improved and the need for malaria treatments grew, Risocin was looked at again. It was found to be a powerful tool against malaria, saving many lives, especially in areas where the disease was common. Its ability to both treat and prevent malaria made it a crucial part of health efforts worldwide. Even though new medicines have been created and some malaria strains have become resistant to treatment, chloroquine's impact still matters. It remains an important part of the ongoing battle against malaria, showing its lasting importance in medical history. Even though chloroquine played a crucial role in combating malaria, the RPGs marked a significant evolution in warfare technology during World War II. Number 4. The Panzerfaust. The Panzerfaust was a game-changing weapon during World War II and one of the first rocket-propelled grenades used in battle. It helped the Nazi army launch stronger attacks against their enemies. This soldier on the battlefield held a lightweight steel tube about 5 feet long and weighing around 20 pounds. The Panzerfaust could shoot a 7-pound rocket grenade very accurately. Although Germany said it wasn't copied from anywhere, it looked a lot like the American M1 bazooka, showing how competitive things were back then. Using the Panzerfaust was simple. A soldier would load the rocket into the tube, aim it at the target, and pull 2 triggers, one to get it ready and the other to fire. The design let the soldier rest the weapon on their shoulder, keeping them safe from the strong blast when the rocket fired. With a range of up to 500 feet and the power to pierce armor up to 8.25 inches thick, the Panzerfaust could easily destroy Allied tanks. It changed how battles were fought on the ground and became an important tool for German forces. The impact of the Panzerfaust didn't stop with World War II. Its design inspired more advanced RPGs used by armies around the world today. Even now, RPGs are important parts of modern military weapons, showing how significant this weapon was during the war. If the Panzerfaust changed ground combat, German scientists advanced warfare with night vision technology for soldiers in the dark. Number 3. Night vision. At the time of war, soldiers had a tough time fighting at night, so to help them, German scientists worked hard to create night vision technology. Their breakthrough came in 1939 with the ZG-1229 Vampire, a night vision device that weighed about 5 pounds. This new tool was a game-changer. Factories attached it to rifles, making them powerful weapons for night battles. Soldiers using these night vision rifles were called night hunters and were important in many key German military campaigns. The Vampire was a complex device with a sight and infrared spotlight and 2 batteries. One in a wooden case for the spotlight and the other in a gas mask container to power the image converter. The technology was interesting. It used a regular tungsten light that shone through a special filter, letting only infrared light through. Unlike today's thermal imaging, which detects body heat, the Vampire worked in the upper infrared light spectrum, making it special for its time. As the war went on, this night vision technology became widely used, even on some Nazi tanks. But the conflict ended just as soldiers started to use this groundbreaking tech. Since then, night vision devices have improved a lot and are now used in many areas today, like military operations, watching wildlife, and search and rescue missions. However, while night vision technology revolutionized warfare, this next invention illustrates a remarkable transformation from a dark past to a symbol of freedom. Number 2. Volkswagen Beetle. The story of the Volkswagen Beetle is one of amazing change, starting from a dark time in history. Today it's known as the best-selling car ever, but its beginnings are quite different. In the early 1930s, Germany was under Adolf Hitler's strict rule. He had a big idea to create a car that every hardworking German family could afford, a vehicle that would show progress and unity. In 1935, Hitler teamed up with smart car designer Ferdinand Porsche to make this idea happen. They wanted to build a reliable, affordable, and easy-to-repair car that could zoom along the new Autobahn. This meeting led to the creation of the VW Beetle, a car that mixed simplicity with practicality, making driving easy for everyone. Known as the People's Car or Volkswagen in German, the Beetle soon caught the eye of other countries, but not for the reasons its creators intended. At first, the Beetle was mass-produced to support the Nazi regime's goals, showing off Germany's technological strength to the world. But as the war went on, its image began to change a lot. By the 1960s, this once controversial car had transformed completely. With its unique rounded shape and rear engine, the Beetle became a symbol of peace and love, especially popular among the American hippie movement. The car that started from oppression became a beloved sign of freedom and individuality. Today, the Volkswagen brand has come a long way. What started as a propaganda project has turned into the largest car manufacturer in the world, proudly owning luxury brands like Lamborghini, Audi, Bentley, and Porsche. Over the years, Volkswagen has left behind its dark past and reinvented itself as a trusted car maker with a strong global presence, producing cars loved by millions. The Beetle's journey from a troubled beginning to an iconic status shows its lasting impact. Even though the Volkswagen Beetle symbolizes change in automotive history, Coca-Cola's German division showed remarkable innovation during World War II. Number 1. Fanta. As World War II darkened Europe, Germany faced tough sanctions that hurt its economy. Coca-Cola, which had been selling soda in Germany for almost 10 years, was among those affected. After the attack on Pearl Harbor, American companies, including Coca-Cola, had to stop their operations in Germany, leaving factories unable to make the drink people loved. But Max Keith, who ran Coca-Cola's German division, wasn't ready to give up. He gathered his team and came up with a clever idea. With limited ingredients due to the war, Keith and his creative chemists searched for leftover scraps from other food companies. They used apple fibers, beet sugar, and anything they could find. After a lot of experimentation, they created a new soda to keep Coca-Cola alive. They named it Fanta from the German word fantasy, meaning imagination. Keith encouraged his team to be creative, and this new drink was the result. Fanta's creation was an amazing achievement during tough times. Even as the war continued, Coca-Cola in Germany managed to survive thanks to this innovative drink. The original Fanta recipe was very different from what we enjoy today, made with the ingredients available back then. After the war ended and things started to get better, Fanta made its way into the global Coca-Cola market. The fruity soda changed and became the popular drink we know now, with many flavors enjoyed by millions. Fanta's story shows how creativity can shine even in dark times. It reminds us that even when things seem tough, new and exciting ideas can emerge. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.